Greetings and welcome. Rebecca Carner, Biofield Tuner. Everybody, let's take a breath, and we're going to start with sound today. Arrive into your breath. Arrive into this moment. Arrive into your body. In your body, in the now, not what you think you should be feeling, but arrive into the now. Arrive into this vessel, this moment. This is a Biofield tuning. I will be using my tuning forks to continue tuning this collective field. This is also a transmission into the collective, for the collective. The subject today is returning quantums. In particular, returning, literally recalling, remembering quantums of energy, packets vary. A quantum of energy is in effect an incredibly small unit of energy. There is a lot of noise. There is a lot going on. It is affecting people directly. I am well aware of this, and also what my work is the collection of energy, the restoration of energy back into self, right? That's my charge right now, and that is the work that I do. And part of the function of loud noise in the collective field is to draw packets of energy out of the individual and amass it in the collective field. To add volume to the static. We get to pick whether our energy is siphoned for this collective maelstrom, for this collective violent ocean of noise, or if we want to retain sovereignty, keep our voltage high, keep our consolidated zhuzh, right? Our consolidated level of wattage. Keep it for our own use, right? Keep it for our own restoration and generation and co-creation. And breathe. Since I started just asking people to consider self and be with self, the field that I have my fork in has gotten so hot. Let's do a little bit of shining with the 417. Let's see if we can brighten. Let's see if we can light right like those little lights that shine a little downlight, just soft, gentle downlight on the path up to like the front door of somewhere, right? Let's let's illuminate our path home to self. Returning quantums of me. Each of us return. Leave the candle on, leave the light on, right? Returning quantums of self, returning home. Gentle, soft light, soft illumination. It is only when we return to self that we can come into more stillness and therefore soften just a little bit. And I know the concept to soften seems diametrically opposed to the noise that's happening all around us. I realize this. And to soften on the inside, to soften towards self, to breathe and arrive all of the bits of yourself home. Into the calmness of self. Arrive at the opening of the portal of your heart. See if you can begin to extend the unconditional love and understanding that everyone is craving so deeply right now. See if you can extend it to yourself. There. And if you can't, that's okay. To have even asked the question, to even sit at the portal of your heart and see, can I offer unconditional love to myself? That in itself is an act of softening. That in itself, you have just returned, you have just remembered, recollected so many quantums of energy to your own mainframe. Yes. And when we are consolidated, when we are running our available quantums of energy into our light spine, right? Into our electric body, That is how we understand agency. That is when we realize what we have available and that we get to choose. But if you're scattered, there is no choice because you're spread so thin, your the edges are blurred. Returning quantums of me. And breathe. In a community call I was on last night, a really powerful, I feel like I've maybe heard this before, maybe it was a reminder, maybe it was a first time. Fear is excitement without breath. And one could literally say, but Rebecca, there's really real stuff to be afraid of. I know. But we can't manage it and we can't work with it if we're not breathing. And it is only with the breath comes the discernment. Is this something that I can change, or is it noise in the collective that can jangle me if I let it, but it is also not directly impacting me? So let me do me well in this moment. That is the most empowered we can be. It has more direct effect than is taught to us. Yeah, yeah. Phew. Shoo. Yeah. Fear is excitement without breath. When you breathe into it, what might be possible, and only when you breathe into it, what might be possible can arrive. But if you cannot breathe, if you cannot arrive into yourself and breathe, then you will stay stuck in fear and not alive with excitement and agency. Yes. Shoo. Shoo. And to not know is okay. No, to not know is the only way forward. Because if we knew, we'd already be doing it, right? And if anybody knew, things would be going smoothly. And they're not, because the very uncomfortable void of vacuum that just precedes the next thing, the deconstruction of what has been, that, yeah, wow, the fork, it's literally as if somebody were standing facing me, yanking on the end of the fork. Whoo, yeah, okay. Fear is excitement without breath. Everyone breathe. Su, mm, mm. What's really coming to mind strongly is the finale scene to Fight Club. And Helena Bonham Carter is standing in front of like a plate glass window, watching in that, was it the Pixies Wave of Mutilation song? Comes and she's sort of watching this high rise fall out this outside of this plate glass window. And you guys, that looks real effing romantic. That looks really romantic and super badass on a movie. But it hits different when it's a thing and you're watching it with your own eyes, with your real eyes. Yeah. Wow, that brought up so much emotion. The You guys, it's okay to cry. It's okay to go into the bathroom and like cry for a little minute if you're at work. Let it roll through you. Quantums of energy, quantums of me returning home include to feel the feel, to realize it won't overtake you. You won't feel it forever. Feel it fully. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it's not to suppress the fear, but to realize you're having fear. Feel the fear. Take a breath. What is best for me right now? What do I have control over? If I listen to this, if I put my focal point on that, will that benefit me or not? And if the answer is no, then collect into the stillness and calmness of right here, right inside, right? Yeah, yeah, that made sense to everyone. Really good job. Sometimes I imagine my sternum and my ribs like French doors, right? How the mullions, is that what it's called, right? The panes of glass on the French doors, right? If they were slats, those would be my ribs. And if you open French doors and then close French doors, right? So it's like, imagine, beautiful sort of palace, those long, skinny, right, French doors. Imagine them opening, right? That's the portal of the sanctuary here, inside self. The only way anybody and anything, any externalized entity at all, the only way that they can take up any residence, any rent is here is if we let it. And if we don't, if we safeguard, if we breathe, if we know that this is our inner sanctum, yeah. And that is not retreating. If you need to escape, if you need to calm and sort of retreat, great, do it. But you can also be deeply aware and not in denial of what's going on and still maintain your sanctuary. Oh no, oh no, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. And from the outside, it may look to someone else as if you're not reacting, or you don't have your finger on the pulse, or surely do you not understand how deeply and how jacktivated all of this stuff out here is. You know what? And it's okay if they don't understand you. Us. Whew, and breathe. And breathe. Panic. God, it really felt like panic If fear is excitement without breath, panic is like an anaerobic sprint that just doesn't stop, right? And with the exception of true survival, with the exception of needing to get yourself into a safe, not militarized zone, um, if that is the first thing that you need to do, please do so. Everything else is a work in progress. Everything else is a work in progress. And breathe. And breathe. The exhaustion brought on by constant contraction and lack of breath saps and zaps our systems. Whew. Okay, everybody, like wiggle and soften and see if you can, yeah, right. I can't. I feel like I've done it so many times, but y'all, I can hold my hockey puck like this and white knuckle it and use and rip up the ligaments and get all kind of metatarsal carpal something. Okay, yeah. Or I can hold the puck like this. This is taking so many fewer units of energy, and I still got my puck. Yep, I do. Okay, so we get to do the same. Mm, mm, mm. And it is both a power move, it is a compassion move, it is a generosity move, it is a healing move. We make more possible for not only ourselves, but for everyone when we soften. What is it? What was it? P-Funk, right? Parliament, right? The revolution will not be televised. Yeah, because what if the revolution, friends, is us taking a breath, taking a sip of water, petting our dog, calling someone directly that we know, and telling them, I love you and I see you. Golly, that brought up a lot of emotion. Whew. And breathe. And just like that, right? That is how long a wave of emotion takes to move through our system. You know, I mean, like that felt big, right? That felt like, in some ways, a tsunami inside my heart. But when you let the wave run through, it's like a sneeze. When you let the sneeze go through, sneezes can be loud for sure. But when you do the and you sometimes it can like hurt, right? It hurts worse when we stifle. And then whatever sort of irritant or whatever prompted the sneeze also didn't get expelled. So then you're likely need to sneeze like you didn't sneeze. So the sneeze is still there. It's the same with emotions. And it does not make you weak to feel. Mm, mm, mm. The point is not to convince yourself away from the fear. It is like coaxing a nervous animal towards you, meaningfully. It's returning the quantums of energy to you. And if it is scared, then sit with the fear and let it roll through you, and then let it pass. And then see what arises. And if you don't know, and if that's uncomfortable, bravo, bravo. Because it is only if you sit in that momentary vacuum, and that momentary vacuum might be days or weeks or months, and that's uncomfortable. It's also very powerful, and it is also very optimal, right? To build something new, its inception must be from a clean, open place, right? Fertile soil is cleared of debris and gunk. It is nutrient rich. It has availability of sun and rain. Yeah. And that is where the next big solution will grow, is from that just wide open field, sitting fallow for a minute. And you think, but things are moving so quickly, literally every minute. But that's part of the ruse. It's like Frogger jumping from lily pad to lily pad. Nobody ever does what they need to do because they're jumping from one to the. Yeah, I do. I feel I'm gonna jump around. Like it's like, oh, gotta be over here. Oh, but what's up? Oh, what's it? Okay, so if I'm jumping from here to there, I'm like Frogger. I'm jumping. You know what I'm not doing? I'm not going where Rebecca's going because I'm too busy. What? Okay. Wow. Return the quantums of me. And just with that, you choose self, you return to self. Yeah. 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 Believe in yourself. The revolution is inside of ourselves, and it is us choosing us. And it is us choosing presence and focus over distraction and clamor. And the clamor is real. And still we have choice. Yeah. There we go. I see someone has left a comment. I will read it in just a moment. There's a whole nother release of heat here. Okay. I'm going to stay with this. Believe that you can be in yourself, right? Believe that you can be yourself. Remember unconditional love. Remember loving self. Remember. Return the bits of you to you. You can recall them. You can recall them. We can recall all of self. We truly can. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to drop this in. That's right. We can recall all of ourselves back to ourselves. We can recall every quantum of me back to me. And in so doing, we reclaim our agency, we reclaim our full voltage, our full wattage, our full impact. And then from there, we can begin truly the very precious and very needed work of intending slowly and mindfully and carefully and beautifully how we want to deploy these units of energy. Yeah, yes, yes. Thank you. Really good. All right, I'm going to really wrap. Yeah, there we go. Phew, phew. Really wrap all of these quantums, like swaddle them into each person who watches this. All with every breath, all the quantums that you return to self, have them arrive to you and be integrated into self. Yes, good, good, good. Good. There it is. Wonderful. Greetings. I discovered your channel last week. I also work with tuning forks and I'll be following your channel. Thank you. Thank you, Corey. Yes, fellow tuning fork person. They are elegant and lovely tools that really have profound effect. Biofield tuning has certainly changed my life forever. It is a joy for me to be here. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this transmission. There was a lot of energy here. There is a lot of energy out there. I'm here. Please get whatever you can, whatever you would like from my channel. Please visit RebeccaKarner.com if you'd like to reach out to me directly or book a session or get more information or come to one of my Atlanta area events. We're all in this, friends. We're all right here. Things are destabilizing and okay, great. Let's do the best we can. Reach out directly. Stay connected with yourself and stay connected with people around you. This is how we're going to do this. This is how we do this. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Heather. You are most welcome. It is truly my joy. Thanks.